today. It's very wet. In the last 24 hours, we've got almost an inch of rain, which ground was already pretty well saturated, and it's spring, so that's normal. But it was so awesome to get out here into the dome. I kind of let it go a few days because I was working on things in the house and in the greenhouse. Just because I knew everything would be fine in here. So what I want to do is show you a few things that look really cool, just to share it with you, and hopefully you're inspired to grow something this year, or maybe even try a structure that you can grow year round in. And here we go. So this is crazy. I was just thinking, I need to grow more nasturtiums. I need to get some of these nasturtium seeds into my garden outside so they can get growing. And then I thought, well, I'll do this video, and I'm doing the video, and I'm like, what is that smell? It smells so nice. And I'm looking, and I checked the mandevilla here and put my nose in one of these blooms. No, there's a bunch of blooms going on here that I'm going to share with you. But I went ahead and I picked one of these trailing jewel nasturtiums. Oh my goodness, I had no idea nasturtiums smelled so fragrant. And it's kind of like it's a nice little fruity flavor scent, which you can eat these. And you can eat mine because I've not done anything to them. They're growing just naturally in here in the dome, and they're protected from other stuff outside. So there it is. Grow nasturtiums. These smell so awesome. I had no idea. I'm saving the seeds off these too. So yeah. All right, so when you walk in from outside, you will see this beautiful nasturtium, trailing nasturtium. I've stepped on it a few times and it just keeps bouncing back. In fact, I keep dragging my bucket in here from the rainwater to do a little watering. I'm actually overwatering a few things, and I need to be careful because it really didn't need it, but I used the rainwater in here just because it's awesome. So I started pouring it into a few of the buckets I have, like that one over there. But anyhow, here is a beautiful nasturtium. It smells amazing. It's just so fresh right here. And me and my kitty buddy, we planted that back in, I want to say it was early April. I did a video on it, and there was nothing really in this pot since then. Well, except for this mandevilla, that this was a neat one I trialed last year from Satori. And it's a real beautiful pink mandevilla. And it's not a fragrant. In fact, I thought, oh, it must be. The color's a little different when it's in the dome. It looks a little kind of velvety almost. And that is because of the filtration that's coming, that filters the sun with the plastics that I have on the covering of this structure. So that's why they're kind of like that. Anyhow, this was pretty much the only thing in this container, and since then the succulent I have in there is kind of taken off, and of course this mandevilla, and I love it. So eventually here, probably late next week, I'll end up carrying this whole container up to my porch, because it will not stay in the dome year round. It will do just fine out on my porch. And I put it up against where the clematis blooms. When clematis is done blooming, this just keeps on blooming all summer long, and I really like this color. Here's what it is. So, all right, I wanted to walk over to this section just to show you how pretty it is. Back, this is my south-facing wall. So you walk in, I've got some herbs in here. I'm doing shelves this year, which I love. In fact, I need to rearrange these again, I think, but I like what I've got going on here. I've got some succulents growing in here, and they're doing really good. They like the hotter, more full sun area. This, I forget, I think it's, I'll put the name below. It's something Peru. It's a flower of Peru or something. This blooms yellow, and it's just gorgeous. So it's coming along. I moved it here. It stands about 2.5, 3 feet tall. I moved it here because it was getting kind of lanky. And if you give it space, it actually, look, there's a new branch that's gonna continue to grow out of that container. And this was wintered over. Hopefully I get some seeds on this one that I'll be able to save. I think I have some in the house, but I'm not sure. I'll have to check. It's just such a pretty plant, and it blooms all summer long. It really does. Really nice. All right, so I've got my geraniums and a couple of just trailing house plants that are doing great. This begonia I will end up putting on my porch. I'm not going to leave it in here over the summer because it will get really hot, and it probably would do really well. If I had 2 of them, I probably would try it in here to see how it would do. But it's so pretty. I'm going to move it out onto my mostly afternoon mostly afternoon shade patio area. It's just such a pretty begonia, and I love it. So it's doing really well. I just like standing back here. You can see the lantana and the petunias that I wintered over. They're just so pretty. I didn't expect that. I have some new geraniums I started from seed. There's mine. They're doing okay. They're shaded. I'm gonna have to get those in a container and get them out, and hopefully by the end of next week, when it's like, you know, geraniums actually can take a lot, hence this is why they're doing so well in the dome. They don't mind nights in the 40s. They really don't, but they don't like to get too wet and sit in wetness. So keep that in mind if you're gonna grow them. And they're super easy to grow from seed. Look, I grew them from seed and they're doing great. All right, so over here, I have just a little pretty space. Here's my pomegranate. And the pink is lantana, more lantana. I love lantana. And oh, another one of those pink mandavillas, doing really well. These are habaneros. I've got a couple of them up here. These get really hot, pretty much full sun when the sun's out, which it hasn't been out for a couple of days because we've had rain. But everything looks so nice. Look at the tomatoes up there. They're doing really well. I actually have them, it's funny, I have them planted in, let's see if I can zoom in a bit. They're the ones that are doing the best are the ones that I transplanted into my baseball cups that we bring home after we go to a ball game in the summertime. I had quite a few saved up, and those tomato plants are loving it. I drill holes in the bottom, and they're doing great. I'll do a close-up here so you can see what that looks like. And what a great way to recycle a cup. And they're heavy duty, so I'm going to rinse those out, and I'll probably use them forever now because they do great until the tomato plant gets moved outdoors into my raised bed. And so there's that. Here's a couple of I'm going to transplant these actually. My managavi. There's so many different varieties. I'm not sure what the name on this one is, but it's a pretty one. It does really nice in the sunshine too. It does get actually some prickers on it, but it gets more of a darker burgundy pink, dark burgundy with the green once it's in the full sun in the summer. So just something to keep in mind. This is just so pretty over here. Here's another one of those shrubs that I was able to winter over. I'm so excited. It did well in here. That really doesn't have a scent. And once again, I forgot the name of this one too. I'm sure I have the tag somewhere. I'll try to put the name below. It's a pretty one though. You don't have to go through and take these off, but it kind of helps. They fall off pretty easy. And I see a little bit of a spider web, which is a good thing. He's probably getting, oh, there's one. There's a spider. I don't know if you can see him. Look at my dirty plastic there. But the spider is doing a good job catching bad bugs. Oh, he's fast. He's fast. Hey, guy. Thanks for eating the bad bugs here. Keeping things under control. I haven't had to do anything, really. And even that citrus, I gotta move that out of here, but it looks good. It's probably why it's hanging out here. Sometimes you'll get those mealy bugs or whatever, or not mealybugs, I don't know, scale or something that likes to eat on that, but actually that citrus looks pretty good. So that's getting moved out soon. Just some pretty annuals, but they're perennials in here. My Sonetti. I don't know if Sonetti has a scent. A little bit, just a little when you mush it. Not too bad. But oh, look at that! Another one of my amaryllis. Oh, there's a spider web there. Oh, look at you! Holy crap, that's a bigger spider. All right, well, he's having a good time eating bugs, I bet. That is a different looking one. I don't know if you can see that. He's got like a yellow, a bit of a yellowish spotting. I'm gonna leave him be. But check that out. Another one of my amaryllis is blooming. I need to go around to the other side and probably take that one. Well, it looks nice. He's doing good. He's happy. I might leave that. What I was kind of trying to get to was over here how well my elephant ear is doing in that container. These do not usually get that tall. They are standing a good 2.5, 3 feet tall. That variety stayed real short last year, even when I had it out on the deck. And I actually have a if you can see it coming out, there's a fig cutting I put in there years ago, just hoping it would get some roots and I'd be able to save it. And it's doing great. I might actually try to transplant that, maybe I'll let it have the summer outside on the deck first, and then when I bring it back in for the winter, try taking that apart, because it's a real shallow container. I don't know if you can see it down there. It's not like a super huge or tall. It's only about, boy, you can really see that spider web. I can see it. Can you see it there? It's maybe about 2.5 feet deep, maybe, and it's wide. It's probably about 3 feet wide. So it's real shallow, but look how well everything's doing nice there. And the wispy thing there, that is my tea tree and managave, and a bunch more cannas that need to come out eventually here. I've got a couple of baskets I really need to work on, so yeah, don't look at those. These are doing so well. Look how nice these look up in the sun. This one's pretty. I'm gonna actually put this one on my deck this year. That's a pretty one. Another managave variety. All those up there are really, I love those. Those are some of my favorites. I got some way up at the top too here that are doing well. My olives are doing awesome. They're in that container. I've got 2 of them. There's one there and one over here. And there they are. Tomatoes, peppers. My peppers are back here. Look at those going crazy in there. Oh, there's even a pepper back in there. These were the ones that I wintered over. These right here are new. Started from seed. Habanero. And I moved another tray of my new ones up there, and they're doing really well in the full sun. It smells so nice in here, so peaceful. Really it is. Look at those pepper plants, they're doing really well. That's my potapina. They love being moved over here in the more sun, more light. What is going on here? This, I believe, what is that? It looks like a weed. Nope. Well, it might be a weed to somebody. That is a basil. Blue spice, I think it's called. Basil. Tastes very vanilla-y. That is really just perking up here. I need to harvest it. Oh, there's some, oh my goodness. Look at it. I don't know if you can see that on the other side. It actually has a bloom. See it back there? It's got a bloom. How cool is that? It's in a tiny container too. And another little spider web. I'm gonna leave that be. Somewhere out here, I think I put my, is that a basil or is that that's a basil. Somewhere in here I've got my stevia, I think. Oh wait, no, I haven't moved it out here. It's in the greenhouse. It needs to be moved out here. But here we are. All right. So all right. So there's my little tour of this little walkway. You can see it here on the side of the dome. It is May 22nd, 3rd, 4th, something like that, 3rd, something. Anyways, and this is what it looks like in here. Quite a few of these, specifically the peppers, most of the peppers, and the tomatoes will be going out into my raised bed area. Most all the succulents and managavi. Of course, my trees that are back here, they end up staying in here for the summer, and that's a whole nother video, so you want to follow that adventure to see how they do in this space. The last few days it's only gotten up to about 60, I think it was 64, but I've got the window open, which is good. I don't want it too hot in here, but we've had rain and a lot of overcast, not so much sun in the last few days, but everything's doing well, as you can tell, and so that's exciting. And look at my little babies here. They're doing really well. Most of these were from just little seedlings, and they're just so pretty. I need to make more friends to gift those two. Anyhow, all right, so there it is. Be sure to stay tuned. I will be sharing more as the season goes on, and if you have questions, you know where to ask. You can put them on the video here, or be sure to stop over to my website and leave. There's a couple buttons there. Even you can put contact or leave a comment on any blog post, and I get those literally daily. So thanks for checking out my video. Until next time.
Don't forget to subscribe, show some love by liking Bren's video and hit the notification button for future updates.